2 times one day? I swear I'm getting just as bad. Boy. Actually, I had to make a second video today, talk about something rather serious that popped up at NLQ, but also popped up at a number of other sites, including here on YouTube. It's the dumbest thing. It's something that I say misery Christians do. What are misery Christians? Misery Christians are people who they're not very happy. So they spend the rest of their days trying to make everybody else feel as miserable as they do. And they try to use the Bible to justify it. They try their darndest to justify using all kinds of reasons. And usually it goes something like this. Lori Alexander is a misery Christian. She's somebody that's so miserable in her marriage and her life that the only way she can feel better about herself is to put everybody else down around her using the Bible. I really think that's the whole core of Lori Alexander's ministry. Not just hers, but Steven Anderson. That's the core of his ministry too. If he can fling dung at somebody else and pretend he's righteous, more righteous than everybody else, and happier, and all this other nonsense, he's King James only, then he's a happy camper. Making everybody feel bad, like the crappiest person on earth. I think people like that fit the description that Jesus gave in the Bible of Pharisees. The ones that are coming up with all their crazy rules, their crazy laws for every dumb little thing, and making everybody toe the line, standing over them with a whip, doing that. I don't have any use for that. I don't think Christ has any use for that, and I don't think the church should be indulging in it. Here's the thing. Since this COVID-19 outbreak, and coronavirus, which is real. It's not some kind of government conspiracy, no matter how you slice it. Viruses don't work that way. They're not put together that way. And the footprint of this virus has already been taken. It is not manufactured. It came out of China because the Chinese in that part of the world still live like European peasants used to live in the 1000s, 1100s, when we'd see things like the Black Plague, the bubonic plague sweep through the continent. When you have animals, farm animals living in close proximity to people, these things are going to happen, sadly enough. Good hygiene covers a lot of ills. Okay, so as a result of all the crazy of the pandemic, it's been getting worse. The last 2 to 3 weeks, I've seen more and more people issuing death threats and doxing threats and all kinds of things all over the internet, which is kind of retarded, if you ask me. Oh, I'm using the R word again. I'm sorry. Stupid. Let me just call it that. It's stupid. It's not retarded. Retardation is for music, not for ideas. It's stupid. There is nothing in this world on the internet worth fighting over enough so that you would issue a death threat or a doxing. And I'm actually turning off all comments for this video just because I just had to wade through and clean off. I cannot even tell you how many death threats and curses from Steven Anderson supporters at Faithful Word Baptist Church. There's one in particular I'm pretty sure is Steven, but they're all blocked now. But I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't have time for that BS. I was trying to work on getting my book out of the way. So, starting today, No Longer Quivering is no longer tolerating death threats and doxing threats in any way, shape, or form. If you show up at NLQ and say, I wish all those people on whatever side of the political spectrum would just die, or someone would kill them, or I hope so-and-so suffers this horrible, 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 horrible death, I'm going to politely invite you to leave, and I'm going to remove your remarks. I may ban you. And that goes double for YouTube. If you show up and tell me that I'm going to hell in the handbasket, very likely your remark is going to go bye-bye too. Except there's a little bit of a difference. If you comment on something of mine and I have your IP address and stuff, it goes to my attorney because I take that stuff seriously. So anyway, please don't do that tacky behavior. Steven Anderson, up yours. Which is not a death threat and is not a dox. And Susanna, enjoy that new home. Your home is beautiful. I saw the interior and was just like, I loved it. I loved it. But that's the sort of house that would appeal to me, that type of cottage home feeling. So I don't entirely hate the Andersons. I just hate their theology. Their theology is terrible. If your theology has a body count, you're doing something very, very, very wrong. Um, you're doing something wrong. Jesus preached a theology of love, and you guys are doing nothing to promote that.